Today's webinar is about the role of GDS in driving higher revenue and more room nights. It's also hopefully will give you valuable insights on how GDS can help you attract more corporate and global traveller business. Can we have the next slide, please? There's a little bit of housekeeping involved with all these webinars, so we won't be too draconian today, but we would appreciate if all participants have been muted upon joining. Please post any questions you've got in the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen, and we will do our very best to answer them at the end of the presentation. If there is a Q&A question that comes up that needs more urgent attention, we will do our best to integrate that answer in amongst the slides that I'm talking with. Please close all your tabs on your web browser, because that also drains and slows down sometimes the slide presentation. And at the end, if you could answer some quick poll questions, that would be fantastic as well. Just a little bit about STAAH. We are a New Zealand-based technology company, as all of you know. And last December, we were bought by the Access Group based in the UK. That has added incredible resources to the STAAH organisation and has increased our integrations already, and we expect more integrations over the next 6-7 months. You'll see this person's head, and that's me in a Halloween costume. No, it's not. It was a slide of Beetlejuice. Not sure who played the role in that, but we are celebrating Halloween in Australia, where I'm based near Sydney, and there's also many other people around the world who celebrate Halloween. So we just decided to put that in there just as a little bit of humour. But having said that, you can see my head on the projection, and but we try and make life sometimes a little bit of fun, and particularly webinars, which can be a bit dry. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, let's just have a bit of a chat about what's happening in the world of GDS in 2025. We expect global business travel. This doesn't mean GDS, but in a way it does. We expect global business travel to exceed its pre-pandemic total of $1.4 trillion in value. And we expect that in 2025, and we also expect it to grow by another 0.4 trillion by the end of 2027. So what that is saying is that business travel is back, it's robust, and it's growing. And why is it growing? We will hopefully cover that off in a few more slides. The projected recovery is 2 years earlier than we had forecasted in last year's BTI, and as more favourable economic conditions in 2023 came a bit earlier, and that's lifted the baseline of expectations moving forward. So what are the key drivers of GDS growth in 2025? Now, some of the audience here will already be on our GDS platform, and there are some of our clients who are interested in GDS, and then there may also be some properties using a competitive GDS platform who would like to know more about ours. Growth of GDS in 2025, as I mentioned earlier, it's driven by a focus on the higher value corporate travel market. Now, what does that mean? Very simply, companies make decisions for travel budgets, and they understand that for their travelers, whoever they might be, in mid-range management, less down the ladder in terms of salespeople, accounts, whatever it is, they want them to stay with their company, and they know that if they want them to stay, they have to make arrangements that are acceptable in terms of airline flights, hotel reservations, car rentals. So it ends up with a slightly higher value corporate travel market. The other technology that has emerged, particularly over the last 12 to 18 months, more so than before, is an increasing number of corporate travelers are authorized by their company to use GDS-powered booking tools for greater control and efficiency, budget controls, while streamlining the booking process for the hotels. What does that mean? Take a large travel agency, what we call TMCs, travel management company, like a Flight Centre. They will have some very, very large clients. And what they do is they provide them an API, an app that is already pre-built with their chosen airlines, chosen hotels, chosen car rentals. So the person for that company is empowered to be able to make their own online booking in this app, which then goes back via the travel agent. It's just enabling more fluidness at the corporate traveler level. In terms of hotels on GDS, APIs have opened up opportunities in the lucrative corporate travel market. It's interesting that over 87% of GDS hotel reservations are for business travel and corporate travelers. Furthermore, the cost structure benefits of API-driven connections with GDS bookings are typically incurring lower fees, as around about 10% for the travel agent commission, and there's normally a transaction fee for the GDS hosting service. And if you look at that, and particularly if you took a 2-night stay and compared that to OTA commissions, and it varies from market to market, but somewhere between, on average, 15 to 18% of that's the OTA's commission. And if you put that 18 or 15% over a 2-night stay, and then do the numbers based on the GDS transaction, it comes out virtually line ball. So the perception that the GDS is expensive for hotels is really a bit of a myth. AI improves demand forecasting, pricing, and customer interaction. So we're now seeing companies, we're seeing corporate clients, we're seeing travel agents, and even companies like STAAH. We are now using AI more and more for our forecasting, pricing, customer interaction, and leading to really better business outcomes. So while people think that GDS is sitting over to the side as an old type of system, legacy system, we often refer to it as, those days have really gone now. And GDS is becoming much more interactive as a service and as a channel, legitimate channel for bookings. And lastly, the APIs, the application programming interface, are the backbone of modern GDS systems. And this enables seamless communication between different platforms. It enhances the speed, it enhances the resolution, resilience, it's robust, it's secure, and it's quick. That's what we do now in GDS. Next slide, please. So let's just have a quick snapshot. There's some numbers that are around. I'll talk to those. So if we talk, and I know we've got some hotels in the meeting here from India, and GDS reservations in India are experiencing some of the largest growth in the world, and they're driven by the recovery of corporate travel and increasing demand for automated solutions. They're also being driven by the standard and locations of the hotels in the major cities across India. This growth is being fueled really on a larger scale by the Asia Pacific region's role as a major market. So you have India and China leading the way, and we'll talk about Southeast Asia in a moment. And it's supported by the technology advancements and a strategic shift in distribution for both the airlines and the hotels. There's more airlines now flying into India globally. And there's also more and more hotels in key city locations and outside the cities as well. So if you look at Mumbai, you look at Delhi, you look at Bangalore, these are cities, and there's so many more that are experiencing growth, a rebound in business travel, and GDS is forming an important part of that. India's growth in 2025 in GDS reservations is somewhere around about the 19% mark. Southeast Asia, very similar, but their projected growth in down the bottom, you can see GDS reservation in Southeast Asia. Now, Southeast Asia, talking to the top box there, includes Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, and Indonesia, and we're now starting to see some growth in Vietnam as well. In 2024, GDS reservations in those markets grew by 10% over 2023, and this year that's expected to increase by another 13% in 2025. For those who are attending here today from Oceania, the reservations in Australia, New Zealand, and across Oceania. So we have clients in Papua New Guinea, GDS clients. We also have some in other places like Fiji and other Pacific Island locations. They're experiencing robust growth. This year, I can speak for Australia and New Zealand, particularly. The percentage increase this year over last year is somewhere over 15%. So if there's hotels sitting in on this webinar who are in these markets, who are thinking about GDS or are with a competitor, you should be getting significant growth or can expect significant growth as a legitimate channel with GDS if you take on GDS as a technology distribution point. GDS bookings since 2023, this is important, have surpassed pre-pandemic levels. So the highest up till this year in 2019 was the highest year for GDS reservations, and now since 2023 the levels have surpassed that 2019 numbers. So the fastest growing distribution channel for hotels is GDS, with bookings increasing by over 54% in early 24 compared to the previous year of 2023. Next slide, please. So is it time for a hotel to add GDS as a channel? But it's important that I speak here that GDS is not suitable for every hotel. It sounds like it's a good idea if you're sitting in on some webinars like this, but the fact is that the hotels need certain criteria to really get the best out of GDS. So let's think about what that sort of criteria is for a moment. The question is, are travel agents likely to book your hotel? You could be on the GDS, but if your hotel's not presented well, or it's not got the facilities and amenities then you may not receive the type of business from GDS reservations that you would hope for. So a couple of questions. Do you have a business traveler base already at your hotel? And they tend to book direct. This is much more so for what we call regional hotels. So let's talk about all these countries, Southeast Asia, with India, the 4 countries in the SEA region, Australia and New Zealand. There are many motels and hotels and properties that are outside the major city areas, and they have very good, solid GDS business. But there is a further criteria. It is if your hotel is not near a corporate business hub. That is one of the key business drivers. Next slide. So when you have a reservation bridge, so let's talk about this business getaway. GDS channel connects hotels with corporate clients via travel agents. We know that. There's over 600,000 travel agents globally. And if you walk into any travel agent, they have a computer on their desk. They are using only one of the 4 systems listed here. One is Sabre, one is Amadeus, one is Galileo, and one is WorldSpan. Now, the presence, how much agents are using Sabre or Amadeus, Galileo, WorldSpan can vary slightly from market to market. The integrated access, so GDS, STAAH GDS integrates with all those 4 platforms to provide live availability and rates. The corporate link, many companies require travel bookings, hotels, flights, and car rentals to be made through the GDS. I want to just speak to that for a moment. The corporate world is made up of big companies have financial departments, accounting departments, and they need to be able to have some control of what their staff are spending on their travel. The big travel agents, agencies globally, are able to refer back to these companies and provide reports. So there's many stories about people who used to be able to have the independence of making their own travel arrangements, given a budget that they could use. More and more we are seeing that type of reservation for business travel is becoming less and less, as the company management is saying, no, you will book it all through our designated travel agent. And that is critical to the growth of GDS reservations. And as I mentioned earlier, employees at very large companies and government departments are now more and more using online tools that I talked about before for GDS bookings. They're self-booking, but they do go back through the travel agent. Next, please. Just to structure this for you, the world of GDS is using STAAH GDS. You can see the 4 systems there, Sabre, Amadeus, Galileo, and WorldSpan, and they push out rates, availability, and restrictions to all of those travel agents. So a travel agent anywhere in the world theoretically could book your hotel if you are on the GDS. Next slide, please. Let's talk about the location of your hotel. Why is GDS potentially good for you? Next slide. These are the drivers: airports, courts, banks, business centers, CBDs, hospitals, government departments, major companies, and light industrial complexes. If people are going to your area, if they have business travel needs to go there, to any of these drivers, then your hotel potentially could be suitable for GDS. Let's talk about opening doors to the largest travel marketplace in the world. So you manage GDS, you just manage it just like you do any other OTA through your channel manager. So it should be viewed by hotels as another channel, but it's a different type of channel. Consumers can't book it, only the travel agents can. It attracts a higher value of bookings, and it strengthens the partnerships with the travel agent and the hotel. If their clients book through the agent and they keep coming back saying, gee, that was a great experience going to ABC Hotel, doesn't matter which country in the world, the travel agent gets confidence and wants to book it. Okay. So what else can we do? The 500,000 to 600,000 travel agent corporates worldwide we connect to. There is participation opportunities for the larger hotels in what we call the consortia preferred hotel programs. Consortia stroke TMC. For example, American Express GBT Travel is owned by American Express. It's a major producer of business travel, just like Flight Centre, globally spread. Carlson Wagonly is another. And they are what's known as a TMC, travel management company. But there are also some consortia companies where smaller agents are not able to have the buying power. So they join a consortia to get the benefits of the buying power. So consortia and TMCs are very much in the same area, and there's preferred partner programs hotels can choose to participate in. There's full visibility of your revenue and transaction data within your channel manager related to the GDS. You can sell directly to corporate and business customers, and that is what's called negotiated rates, booked through the travel agent, but you negotiate the rate that you want to sell for. And the seamless integration is important for your GDS channel with your PMS, your channel manager, booking agent. All of those items are integrated with the GDS for your benefit. Next, please. Okay. So if you're talking about driving your distribution, the technology enables you to have the distribution, but there's a little bit of work at the hotel end in conjunction. We'll talk about that just in a moment to drive it as well. We offer introductions to the SHR Consortia business programs. STAAH GDS has negotiated a discount participation with SHR and bonus offers for selected consortia and TMC programs. The important thing, RFPs, request for proposals. More and more hotels, the longer they are in the GDS, will receive requests for proposals from major clients. And the STAAH GDS team assists the hotels complete and submit the RFPs for its clients. Negotiated rates are loaded and audited by our GDS support team. I'm very fortunate in my role to have a team of people who are specialists in GDS support. That's what they do. And I'm really proud to say they do it very, very well. They also have relationships with the travel agents. They have relationships with the hotels. Negotiated rates are loaded and audited by the team. Now, this is important, I believe. Each month, the team runs a report that shows which negotiated rates for which hotel are going to expire the next month. And they email these hotels to say, hey, your negotiated rate for ABC company is going to expire next month. You have the hotels forget about these things. So what they want is to have the relationship with our GDS support team to remind them, and they can extend it or not proceed to renew the negotiated rate. What is really important, the last point, is that the STAAH GDS is a full service GDS hosting. What do I mean by that? Our job is to do the hosting so your hotels and new hotels hopefully can receive GDS reservations, but we have a responsibility that comes with our partner, which is SHR. SHR is the company who we work with for the service of hosting. We do the audits, we do the build for your hotel, we do the negotiated rate loading, we do the audits on them, we load the images for you. So we make being part of GDS as simple and as easy as possible, because the hotels, they've got their own business to run, but they can go to sleep at night knowing that their GDS hosting is in the best hands possible. And you only get that with a full service GDS hosting system. We're not the only ones who do it. I put my hand up for that. Yep, you're quite right. But we do it very, very well. And I'm very proud of the people who work around me who form this GDS, STAAH GDS team. Next, please. If anybody has listed any questions in the Q&A section, could we possibly address those now? Are there any questions in the Q&A area? Nope.
John, there's one. It's by Eddie Wang. If you could see the answered one. He says, I've joined GDS 3 months ago, but I think I've only had one booking since I'm an airport motel and not sure why I'm not really getting any bookings.
Okay. What I would suggest, if I can have the name of the person and the hotel, I will personally contact them later today or tomorrow, Edward.
Cool. I've got the name.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Any questions for everyone? Any on the Q&A? There's one more popped in.
There's another question there, I think, Edward.
Yeah, 2 more. Do you want to answer that, John?
Sorry, I can't see it. I need to see it, Edward, please.
Okay, it's in the center, but I can.
Oh, here it is. Sorry, sorry. Not quite. How to join STAAH GDS? Any additional fee? Let's answer one at a time. This is from Marty Woolley. Not quite sure where the GDS set up and does have fees to it, but they are negotiated and discussed on an individual basis. But the important bit is that when there's a reservation, there isn't what we call a transaction fee. However, the transaction fee is per reservation. So it doesn't matter whether it's for 1 night, 2 nights, 3, 4 nights, the reservation, the fee remains exactly the same. So the more nights, and it's interesting, Marty, that when we run reports, you will see out for GDS reservations, there's these odd sort of numbers. So an average length of stay report might show me for a hotel, their average length of stay is 1.89 nights. How do you end up with that? It's because there's a mixture in there of 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, but the transaction fee stays the same. There is a bit of a setup fee involved as well, and there's the monthly fee. But Marty, if you would like to reach out to me or to my team, depends where you're based, Marty, we would love to have a conversation with you. Not quite sure where you're based, Marty. If you're still on the call, could you just tell me which country you are based in, and I will be more than happy to get the right person and the name of your hotel, and we will certainly touch base with you directly. Ramesh Costa, does STAAH generate a lot of spam? I'm not quite sure what that.
We can ignore that. I think it's not relevant to this.
I'm just not sure what the thrust of that is. But Ramesh has added to this. We're a small boutique company with about 6 properties in Sri Lanka, and how will we benefit? It depends where you are and where the properties are located within Sri Lanka, Ramesh. And again, if you're able to contact, I'm going to give you a name. We will. I'll just give you just a moment. I'll just type in here, just a moment, please. I'll give you an answer here. I'd ask you to reach out to a gentleman by the name of Rajesh. And Rajesh's email address is rajesh@STAAH. Sorry, my mistake. If you could, and I'll just send that to you privately here. I've just replied to your question regarding that. Okay, we are in contact at the moment. Well, that's great, and I will talk with Rajesh directly and see what else we can do to assist you. There's a question here from Jacob Balla. Is it helpful for a small infinite property wherein the business from April to September is more from corporates and from October to March is more of leisure business? Jacob, we don't really, how do I put this? We don't get fixated on the size of the property, but the fact that you've been open and declaring where your business mix in, we could have a conversation about how GDS may or may not fit for your hotel. So I'm not sure where your property is, Jacob, but I'm just going to answer you here. If you could please, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, if you could just initially reach out to me, I'll give you my email address. I'll just send this to you. Sorry?
John, based on the city, we can pull out the bookings as well, right? Expected bookings.
Yeah, we can run reports in advance, but I need to know just a fraction more from where Jacob's actually located. He's saying he's in India, Mumbai. That's fine. Edwin, can you just answer Jacob, if you'd be so kind, privately?
Yeah.
Introduce him to Fahim, please, if you would. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look. They're pouring in now. Let's have a look here. Ramla Kunju, greetings from the Briganja, or greetings to you too, Ramla. We do have GDS presence, so it will get directly connected with STAAH, or would there be any other setup fee or monthly fees charged? Could you also please respond to Ramla, please, Edwin, and direct in the private email, give him Fahim's contact details, please, if you could help me. I'd appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you, Edwin. Reservation team. I'm from Tui Blue, the Haven IPO. Is it ours? Is it ours have this features? I'm not quite sure if that question from the reservation team. And the next one, anonymous. I have multiple properties based in India, tier 2 and tier 1 cities. How can I enlist my properties on the GDS? Again, to the person who's the anonymous, we will respond to you via this method here, introducing you to a gentleman by the name of Fahim Akhtar. He works with me. He's based up in India, and we will share his email address and contact details with you, and he will also reach out to you. If you could please also privately advise which properties we're talking about. Thank you for that. Tanya Cooper, and if based on cities, if you can provide me data how the production is in comparison to city-wise data. Okay, Tanya, are you able to just add where you are based? Because we have people around the world who work with me and will be able to respond more accurately. Tanya, if you could please, or you can write to me. Edwin's typing an answer there for you. The reservation team question, I'll go back to that. You're in Malaysia. Thank you so much for responding. What we will do, Edwin, again, I'll type this one just to make it quick. I'm going to type, the lady's name is Michelle Yong. I'll just type it in here. She is
Can you show John's, the next slide has got John's email ID, so that'll be brilliant.
Sorry, Edwin?
John's email, your ID is also showing on the slide. Let's ask Tanmay to show the slide. So,
okay, all right. Okay, but Michelle, could you just finish this off? Michelle Yong is the contact, and if you could just, I'll just give you the email address, Michelle. I'm sorry, Edwin. I'm sorry. Just please, just a second. There you go. Oh, I don't know what's happened here. Okay, I think we've covered off most of the answers.
John, have you answered the one from the Kapoor? Okay, I think you have.
You okay with that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I have multiple properties based in India, tier 2 and tier 1 cities. How can I enlist my properties? Should I just...
That they need to talk with, hopefully they will be able to talk with Fahim.
I've also sent him your email, so in case...
Thank you so much. That's lovely of you. Thanks, Edwin. I think we're just waiting for Marty, the first question, how to join STAAH GDS, any additional fees. If we could find out where Marty is, that would be really great.
Please let us know, John.
Sorry?
Marty has let us know which way he's
excellent. Okay, we're good. Okay, that's cool. I think that just about wraps us up. I think, Edwin, for the Q&A, or have we missed any?
No, we're not. And I think you've got your details right at the bottom. So in case anybody wants to get in touch.
Yep, they're down here. Yes, there's, you can see here at Streamline, the schedule, we can do a demo with you, schedule one. It'll streamline your distribution, maximize your bookings, deliver superior guest experience, smarter decisions backed by data, and all powered through one unified platform. I wanted to thank everybody for, go to the last slide, if that's possible, please. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for the time you've given to this GDS webinar. I hope it's provided some information that you either thought you knew or you'd not heard of before. And we're now with STAAH GDS, we're growing, and we've had a very successful last 12 months with our hotels, and we look forward to increasing our business base and working in a close relationship with you all. I thank you so much. Thank you.